Hi, it's Bill. I've had several requests to do an updated video on the SBA loan programs, and so here it is. There are two types of SBA loans going on right now. The economic injury disaster loans called EIDL or EIDL loans, and the payroll protection program loans or the PPP loans. EIDL loans go through the U.S. government Small Business Administration, or the SBA. PPP loans go through your local banks. First, if you have a small business, you can and probably should apply for both of these loans. These two loan programs were only started 2 weeks ago, and there have been a lot of hiccups in the process. As of April 10th, very few people have actually gotten any funding under either of these loans. Banks that are handling PPP loans and the SBA handling EIDL loans are overwhelmed by the huge number of applications, but everyone's doing their best to move them along. No matter what, you should make your applications as soon as possible. Loan applications are being handled in the order they're filed, so don't wait. For EIDL loans, simply Google SBA EIDL or Economic Injury Disaster Loans. You're going to need a lot of detailed accounting information, so it's best to work with your accountant. It's my understanding that if you apply for an EIDL loan as a small business, even if your application is denied, you may be able to receive a $10,000 grant. So what's the downside of doing it? So do it today. My personal experience has only been with the payroll protection program loan process. Again, these loans are handled through local banks, not the SBA. Most small businesses have relationships with their local banks. If this is your situation, apply with your local bank. If you don't have a relationship with a bank, then I recommend selecting a larger bank because they'll be better equipped to handle the huge number of PPP loan applications that they're receiving. Depending on how you're watching this video, it may be broken into two parts here. If so, you'll need to move to the second part now. Otherwise, keep watching. This has been my own personal experience with the PPP loan application process. Your experience may be different, but hopefully this will help you work through the process better. My first step was to reach out to my own banker, who I've worked with on loans for my business. He had the bank email me a link, which I immediately completed and sent back. This link was essentially like taking a number at a bakery to wait to be called. The link just asked for my name, email address, and whether I was an existing customer of the bank. Within a couple of days, I received another email asking me to go online to the bank's PPP portal and complete a borrower's worksheet and loan application and submit proof of my 2019 payroll. I downloaded the borrower's worksheet. It was fairly complicated and took a while to complete. The loan application was pretty short, but you have to do the borrower's worksheet first so you can fill in the information on the online loan app. You'll also have to submit proof of your actual 2019 payroll, for example, like your federal Form 941, employer's quarterly federal payroll tax returns. Generally, the information you'll need will be your total payroll cost for calendar year 2019, the amount of any extra benefits you paid your employees, like health insurance, 401k, contributions, and so forth, and any state and local payroll taxes. You then have to deduct any salary amounts you paid to anyone over $100,000 per person for 2019. The remaining amount is divided by 12 to get a monthly authorized payroll amount. Your small business is then likely eligible for a loan equal to 2.5 months or 2.5 times this monthly authorized payroll amount. If you keep most or all of your staff on salary during this time, this loan will likely be forgiven. In other words, you're most likely not going to have to pay the PPP loan back. But if you are laying off a lot of people or seriously cutting their pay, you may be required to pay some or even all of the loan back. But you may still be eligible for it as a loan. The bottom line is, if possible, you need to look into this PPP loan as soon as possible, preferably before you lay off anyone or seriously cut their pay. Again, if you've already cut pay or laid off some people, you may still be eligible to apply for the loan and still get some or even all of it forgiven, but act now, don't wait. Your payroll company or accountant can probably pull this information together quickly. If you use QuickBooks or similar software, you can also pull this information pretty quickly yourself. Remember, the whole purpose of the PPP loan is to help you pay your employees and keep your business going through this tough time so you'll be ready for business when we get past this thing. If we work together and we look out for one another, we'll get through this to that new dawn that's waiting for us just around the corner. Stay well, and we'll talk again soon.